Tea with Honey. It's your girl HoneyDaVinci and I'm back with another video. So today I'll be doing another segment of Review and I'll be covering RuPaul's Drag Race Season 12 Episode 6. So this episode is the Snatch Game episodes, and I know everyone's been anticipating the Snatch Game episode. It's one of the fan favorites. I know it's one of my favorites. And it's literally the funniest episode of the season. Well, it can be, depending on who's performing. But typically, it really is one of the funniest, episodes of the season. So starting off, the girls come backstage after elimination. And, they're talking about the fact that Nikki Doll got sent home. And, they're wiping off the lipstick off of the mirror. And that's when Brita and Aiden start going at it. Because throughout the entire season, Brita and Aiden have been paired up in groups. And they've been clashing a lot in regards to, more so on Brita's end. Brita has it out for Aiden because she feels like Aiden doesn't belong there and doesn't deserve to be there, and she keeps ending up in the bottom, and Aiden keeps seeming like she's just sliding past by doing the bare minimum, and Brita pretty much feels like Aiden doesn't belong there. So anytime Aiden gets any type of accolades or does anything that is like where she's safe from elimination or anything, Brita always reminds Aiden that she should have been in the bottom. Now, on the last Untucked, Aiden had enough and Aiden went off. She told Brita about herself. She let the girls know that she doesn't care about their opinions, and that, hey, if y'all feel like she's the worst, then let her be the worst, and she will go home when it's time for her to go home. And, I really respected that because at the end of the day, Aiden is not making herself stay there. Ru is. So how are you going to really be mad at Aiden for being able to make it to the next level? That's what literally every single person on RuPaul's Drag Race came on the show to do. They came to succeed. They didn't come to fail. They didn't come so they'd be like, oh, well, my outfit wasn't as good as yours, but the judges think it was, so I'm going to eliminate myself. No, girl. It's not her fault that they wasn't feeling the pineapple. It's not her fault that they wasn't feeling your acting. It's not her fault that they liked her acting. It's not your fault that it's not her fault that they didn't put her in the bottom. She's not the judge. She's just there to do exactly what everyone else came to do. And I felt like it was really kind of corny for Brita to just keep ragging on the girl, and then everyone keeps like teaming up on the girl, and Heidi is like the only one who's really sticking up for the girl. So she went off on the last Untucked. But on this episode, she's letting Brita know again, like, girl, stop making excuses for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, regardless to how great you were in your city, I have nothing to do with the fact that you are in the bottom. You are responsible for what you bring to the stage, and everyone has their own individual road that they're on with the judges. So if the judges tell me that I need to work on something and I work on it and I get to go to the next level, and you don't work on whatever they specifically tell you need to work on, that's not my problem and that is not my fault. So that's basically what, Aiden was telling Brita. Whatever. So, the girls are, untucking and getting ready or whatever. They come in for the next day, ready and rejuvenated, to find out what the next challenge is going to be. So, Ru comes out and lets the girls know that today is going to be the Snatch Game. So everyone's all excited. I was very excited. And she comes out with a surprise guest, which was Vinci. Miss Vinci. Vinci. Yo, I never forget when Miss Vinci first came out. I was on the floor, girl. I was rolling. Like, it was so funny. So, Miss Vinci basically came on the show to let everyone know exactly what not to do in Snatch Game. Because as we know, Miss Vinci, when she was on Snatch Game, she came out as Bad Bobby. That's the Catch Me Outside girl. And even though she had me in stitches, the judges, they didn't like the fact that, she really wasn't committed to the role. Like, one minute she'll have this voice like a little chihuahua, like, yeah, man, catch me outside, man. And the next, she'll go right back to her old deep voice like, yeah, Ru, what? Hey. And it was like, whoa, like, which voice is it? So She basically came on the show just to give the girls some advice on what not to do specifically. So, you know, all the girls are going around and they're getting their costumes ready and they're getting the setup and everything like that. So, you know, as always, Rue is going around with Miss Vanjie this time so that she can give the ladies some advice before they perform. Heidi is doing Leslie Jones. So, you know, Heidi has a down south accent, so they were questioning why she chose to do Leslie Jones, and they were advising her that she would probably better off doing Phaedra from Real Housewives of Atlanta. But Heidi doesn't even know who Phaedra is, and I personally, I don't really know who Phaedra is either. I know what she looks like. I've seen her. I know she's a beautiful lady, but I don't watch Real Housewives, so I don't know anything about her either. So she decided that she was just going to stick with Leslie Jones and things like that. Crystal Method is going to do this girl called Poppy, and like she's some like child star that is like, I don't know, like a teenage sensation. I don't know, but Rue never heard of it and neither did Vanjie, so like they were kind of encouraging Crystal Method not to do Poppy and to try to do something else. And you know, while Rue is talking to Crystal starts breaking down about the fact that, you know, she's really struggling in this competition and it's really starting to weigh on her because, you know, the judges didn't like the fact that she kept doing that type of makeup, and obviously that's her key style of drag, so it's kind of throwing her off a little bit with this, and she doesn't feel like she's performing up to her greatest potential, so it's really causing her to feel insecure, and it's making her, you know, second guess herself as opposed to being confident and just going forth like she was in the beginning. So Rue gives her a hug and Vanjie gives her a hug, and you know, they give her some words of encouragement, and Rue lets her know, like, listen girl, you're on this show already. You're already here for being you. You got here by being you. So just continue to do that and you will be fine. And I love when Rue talks to the ladies and gives them words of encouragement. Like, she is just, I love Rue. Like, she's like my spirit animal. Jada Essence Hall is doing Cardi B, and you know, so they go over and she does her little or whatever, and so then they go over to her. Then they went over to Widow Von Du, and Widow Von Du is doing Tina Turner or whatever. So, you know, they're anticipating all of that, and you know, basically they make their rounds to all the ladies, give them words of encouragement, and ask them, you know, what they're doing, why they're doing it. And Vanjie lets them know, like, you know, if you're going to do this character, make sure you don't change your voice up, you know. Next, we head on over to the Snatch games. So while they're doing the Snatch games, they have none other than two characters from Mean Girls. Now, for those of you who don't know, Mean Girls is my all-time favorite movie. Like, it's not the #1 movie, but like it's like up there for like my chick flicks, because I have a few chick flicks that I like. Mean Girls is like one of my all-time favorite movies. So they had the chunky dude that was like, she doesn't even go here. They had that guy on there, and then they had the guy who was the love interest of Lindsay Lohan. So they had those two guys at the Snatch games as the, you know, the guest or whatever. So as the show was going on, I would say that the key moments and the highlights of the entire Snatch games was Gigi Goode. Oh my gosh, Gigi Goode did so good. Oh my gosh, she was a robot. And it was crazy because when she was telling Rue about doing the robot, like, for example, this is the robot she's doing. She's doing that robot that's like a human. Remember when like the people, I think it was in China or Japan somewhere, they had made a robot that's just like a human being, and you know, it like talks, it has emotions and all these things or whatever. So she decided to go with that, and Rue was telling her, like, I don't know if you could make a robot funny, you know what I mean, because we have to volleyball each other. Like, I'm gonna throw little sayings at you and you need to be able to ping pong back. And Gigi Goode just had the confidence, like, listen, I know you're afraid, but I don't have those same worries. Like, it's gonna work out. Sure enough, Gigi Goode freaking killed. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud. First of all, I told y'all last episode, that Gigi Goode was like becoming my favorite person on the show. And honestly, at this point, she really is. Like, she really is a freaking overall performer. Like, she kills on the runways. She kills on every challenge. Like, whether it's acting, whether it's, you know, delivering a performance, whether it's, you know, dragging it up with the looks. Like, she just kills overall. And she had me in stitches. I was cracking up laughing. She was like, she was the robot, but she was like a raunchy version of the robot. So we expect her to come out like beep 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 boop, quantum physics, beep beep. No, she came out like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like she came out like, girl bye. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she came out like on some other stuff, and it was funny and charismatic, and it was very enjoyable to watch. Another person who I felt like really killed on the Snatch games was, I liked Poppy. I'm sorry. Yo, it's funny because the judges didn't like Poppy. They didn't know who she was. They didn't understand it. But she had me laughing. Like, Crystal Method had me laughing. She had me cracking up. I'm into that, like, that comedy, that humor, that stupid humor, you know what I mean? Like the Wayans brothers type of humor, like Scary Movie, Don't Be a Menace to South Central, like that type of humor. So I was cracking up about her. Who else made me laugh? Another person who made me laugh was nobody. No one else made me laugh. Those were the only two that really made me laugh, but I feel like as far as the worst of the worst, I would say would be Brita. Oh yeah, you know who else made me laugh? Aiden made me laugh. And even though the judges did not like Aiden's Snatch game, it was so funny to me. I was cracking up. Like, I was like in stitches because I just like stupid humor. But the judges, the jokes weren't flying to the judges or whatever. But as far as the worst, to me, I feel like the worst was Brita. Brita was playing Jennifer Holliday. So I don't really know much about Jennifer Holliday, but all I know is that Brita was really doing a terrible job of whoever she was playing and however she was playing it. Widow really disappointed me with the whole Tina Turner, and then she switched it up to was Ike Turner, which I was hoping was going to like bring the momentum, you know, bring it up, because, you know, she's really good at acting, but no, it fell short. And another person who disappointed me was freaking Jada Essence Hall. Like, girl, you have Cardi B. You literally have the easiest person to act like. You get what I'm saying? Like, she's just like was sticking with the whole, oh girl, oh girl, sticking her tongue out. Like, no girl, you should have been like, Rue. Like, she wasn't like really like committed, and I feel like maybe it's just because I feel like Jada is just so too elegant to do Cardi. Like, Cardi has a type of natural edge to her that a person with as much class and grace as Jada wouldn't be able to really connect with the type of hood and relatability that Cardi has. Like, Cardi has like this naturalness about her that's relatable. So I just feel like it was very fake. It was not good acting at all. You know what I mean? It was like if a princess was to reenact Cardi B. You get what I mean? Rather than someone who's committed and really just acting like Cardi B. Another person I didn't really like was, I didn't like Heidi. I didn't like Heidi's Leslie Jones. I didn't like Heidi's Leslie Jones either, because it was kind of just stale. Like, the girls weren't really serving it. The only girls who were really serving it was Jackie. I feel like Jackie made Rue laugh a lot of times, which made me feel good, but it didn't make me laugh personally, and I have a different type of sense of humor, so it is what it is. But Jackie did a great job. Gigi Goode did a phenomenal job, and I laughed at Poppy, and I also, which was Crystal Method, and I also laughed at Aiden Zhane, but the judges weren't feeling those two, Poppy or Aiden. And Aiden Zhane was some lady that I don't even know who the lady is, so I don't even know who that is. But It was good though. I was really proud of freaking Gigi Good, man. She really committed to the robot. Like, she was sitting there like trying to pick up the paper but couldn't pick it up because her robot hands didn't really bend the right way. And it was really good. She really committed. When someone said something smart to her, she turned like, why don't you mind your business? Like, she was really committed. She did a great job. So then after that, the ladies, you know, go and untuck and they're getting ready for the runway. And, you know, they're talking and things like that. And, you know, Widow really opens up about being homeless and going through the struggles of, you know, drinking to cure your pain. And, you know, we got to learn some more about Widow. And we learned that, you know, obviously Widow went through a lot when her mom passed away when she was a teenage boy. But after her mom died, her uncle kicked her out because, you know, obviously because she's gay. And she talked about, you know, sleeping and creeping and prostituting and, you know what I mean, and doing things that a lot of people go through, man. A lot of people go through that type of stuff when they get homeless. It's really sad. It's really sad. Just like, I don't know if you guys watch Black Ink Crew, but just like the guy on Black Ink Crew Q, he was talking about how when he got kicked out of his parents' house for being gay, it was literally the same thing. He was dealing with tricks and going through pretty much the same struggles that Widow was going through. So I really felt like a sense of compassion when I'm hearing these things, you know. But the ladies, you know, they're talking and they're getting to know each other, and, you know, they were actually being friendly this time. You know, they've been having a lot of tension amongst each other, but I noticed that they're really getting along on this episode. So, you know, and Brita was making excuses about her performance again, which is just like, girl, this is not RuPaul's excuse game. This is RuPaul's Drag Race, okay? So you're either going to bring the looks and bring the drag, or you're going to get dragged. Period. So the runway look was Frozen Eleganza. Oh, as you guys know, I freaking love fashion. So, oh, just to even hear in Frozen Eleganza, it gets me all excited. So, my favorite looks of the night were... Oh, it was kind of hard. Honestly, the girls really killed. But Jada Essence Hall, she came out in like this white, frozen, like if Storm from X-Men was like a frozen goddess instead of like Storm. That's what she came out looking like. She had on like this elegant, mythical gown with like her hair all with this white crown and everything. It was just so elegant and just so fierce. Oh my gosh, that girl can turn a look. Oh my gosh. Another person who came out and freaking killed on the runway was mother freaking Jackie Cox. Oh my gosh, Jackie Cox came out in this beautiful, elegant, it looked expensive. Like, oh my gosh, it was so freaking nice. Oh, it was so freaking nice. It was very nice. Oh, it was like this gown had the nice long skirt. It was all iced out. Another look I loved Brita's look. And you know, I be loving Brita's looks. But she came out in like this crystal, colorful gown. It was like very crystals. You know what I mean? It was like the whole gown was full of like chunks of crystals. And she just served feminine beauty. Oh, it was just so freaking nice. Even Heidi, because you know I've been getting on Heidi about her makeup and stuff like that. Heidi killed too. She had like this big white hat, like the hats the people wear when they have the dogs on the sleds. One of those, like the people who live in Alaska when they have like those big hats on. She had on something like that. It was so nice. It was so elegant. It was the best I think I've ever seen Heidi. I really like that look. Another person, I feel like Aiden looked nice as a Yeti. She looked nice, she looked cute, but it wasn't like on the same level as everyone else. Widow Von Du came out in like a tribute to Titanic. She had like a big blow up safety thing for like if you jump into if you fall off a boat. I can't think of what it's called, but like our life rail or whatever. I don't even know what it's called, but she had that on and she was blowing it with, she had ice on her face. I didn't like the look. I didn't like the look, period. I think that it was very mediocre in comparison to everyone else. Gigi Good killed. Gigi Good came out as an ice cream parlor lady. So she had like this nice, like, fun ice cream parlor lady outfit with this big giant pink ice cream with a cone in it. And she's walking around. She looked so cute. She looked so cute. So, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbled. But those were my favorite looks overall, and those are my least favorite looks. The two girls who got sent to the bottom were Aiden, Zhane, and Brita. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Because as we know, Brita and Aiden Zhane have been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And one thing Mama Ru know how to do is to give us some good TV. Because that's really what we wanted to see. We wanted to see Aiden Zhane and Brita go into the bottom together. Because, you know, Brita was going off about how she's so much better than Aiden. And Aiden was going off about how, girl, let me do me. And they were going back and forth a lot these last few episodes. So to see them both in the bottom was very exciting. And they were singing the song Frozen from the movie Frozen. You know, let it go, let it go. That song. And, you know, the performance was mediocre. It was mediocre. Both of them were mediocre. But I like the fact that Brita came up with a magic trick. She like had sparks flying and stuff like that. But honestly, I feel like they really did. I like when people like perform, like for real. I don't like the half performances. I want the real performances. But it was okay. Brita ended up winning and Aiden Zhane got sent home. And, you know, it was sad. But it was something that was going to happen eventually. A lot of the times backstage on the uncuts, the girls were dragging her. And now they don't have anyone to blame now. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have anyone else to blame now. So now that Aiden is gone, I look forward to see what's going to happen now that no one has a scapegoat. No one has anyone to point at now and say, you did the worst. They might try to turn on Heidi because, you know, Heidi was rocking with Aiden. And, you know, Heidi has been in the bottom and things like that. But y'all really don't have nobody to blame now. So let's see what happens. Overall, it was a great episode. I love the show, obviously. Snatch Game is one of my favorite episodes of the entire show. And it was good. I'm glad, you know, Gigi did her thing. I look forward to seeing more looks from her. More looks from Jada Essence Hall. More looks from Jackie Cox. And, you know, I look forward to seeing Heidi get better. You know what I mean? That's my review. I love you guys so much. Thank you for the support. If you would please subscribe, I appreciate that. You can click that down below. It's right below the video. You can see it says subscribe. It might be on this side or this side. I don't know, but you can see it. And click that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so that you can stay up to date on all of my videos. And catch you on the next video. Love you guys. Good night.